Alright guys, talking about the Kizer Begleiter? I don't know. Well, I got this thing once again through a Vipon deal. Ended up getting it for like 26 bucks. Holy cow, this is normally like a $50 knife, but those Vipon deals, guys, are just killer. So, this I gotta say hands down is probably the most underrated EDC knife on the market. And I think as you see more and more, you know, kind of 2017 best knives, you know, best EDC knives, you're going to see this more and more. Kizer has kind of had a recent kind of run to fame because they're putting out really decent, affordable quality knives. They're known for being very smooth flippers, very nice knives for people who like to flip knives and open them and all that. Plus they use pretty good materials. This is a VG10 knife. They use good G10 handle scales, all that stuff, and they seem to put these things together very consistently with very good quality control for a overseas manufacturer. So this guy here is a 3.5-inch EDC kind of thin bladed style knife with the thumb stud opener. You can see it's a full flat ground blade. I mean, look at the polish that it came with from the factory on that edge. It's a liner lock with a reversible pocket clip between the two sides, tip up only. So you can see it's a, I don't know what that coating is on the blade, but alright, so as we said, it's 3.5-inch blade. You're talking like 8 inches overall length and 3.5 ounces. It's very lightweight. Kizer likes making very heavy knives. This is actually a very lightweight option. Thin, fits in the pocket very well. You got the pill-shaped lanyard hole in the back. This thing is very smooth. You see, hopefully we can kind of see that lockup there. You see that lockup is actually very good. It's almost a complete 100% lockup where that lock bar comes in contact with the handle. Very smooth. It's on those ceramic ball bearings. This thing just flies open, guys. And it's sharp too. It's sharp. Alright, easy to sharpen too, guys, because check that out. The thumb stud is actually behind the grind, so when you're sharpening, you don't have to worry too much about that, which is awesome. Pivot is adjustable as well. Didn't need to. It came pretty good right out of the box. I mean, this thing just rockets. Blade centering is pretty close to perfect on this knife. You can see it's done very well. Open back, open pillar construction. Very nice texturing on the handles there. This is very nice in the hand, especially when your hands are wet or slippery or anything like that. The grind on this, and I don't know if we can zoom in, we'll see if it'll let me. Let's see. The trick is to do this one-handed. Yeah, so the grind on this is actually very even. No real issues with the grind, no wavy spots. I often see that lots of times with like Kershaws and all that have very uneven grinds with their American-made knives. This just isn't the case. Alright, so pocket clip is very good. It rides pretty deep, so you're only really having that little tiny bit of the knife sticking out, which includes that lanyard. So if you are right pocket carrying and have a little lanyard on that, it's not going to get in the way. They actually thought that out. It's funny because a lot of knives, like the pocket clip and the lanyard hole, will tend to interfere with each other. These don't. You can actually run both, no problem, and have a little lanyard sticking out of there without it screwing things up or getting, you know, wedged up in your pocket. You can actually have that the lanyard hanging out of your pocket, dangling for kind of a quick grab. A little extra grip. So yeah. Alright, so VG10, we know VG10, it's a stainless steel. It's a good Japanese steel. It's pretty good edge retention, pretty easy to sharpen. It's not a super steel by any means, but it's no slump either. It's pretty good. I think it's a good everyday carry steel. So what do we have here, guys? Let's consider this a full price knife. Because you are not going to be able to get the Vipon deal for this. I actually think the Vipon deal is closed, but they're always running Kizer Vipon deals, so you go one day, there's always going to be something on there. So what we have is something that's built very well, very good materials, very well thought out. I don't think this is a copy of any other knives. At least I don't think it is, but it's a pretty rudimentary design. It's just a simple blade and a simple knife, so I don't see any. I mean, there's probably 18,000 knives with this configuration. So It's got good ergos, good grip for an EDC knife. It's not too slick or too smooth. It opens, it just rockets open. And guys, I'm left-handed and doing this behind a camera, and this thing still rockets open. Closes one-handed very easily. The lock bar engages very good. The thumb stud's appropriately sized, and there's just enough room for your thumb in there. A little tougher to open left-handed, you know, but guys, I carry my knife always on the weak side, so I'm just used to opening right-handed. Good pocket clip, you know, good blade centering, good materials, you know, everything about this knife is done well. And you look at the competition in the market, guys, you look at the other VG10 knives are mostly Spyderco, and you're going to spend more than that. It's very difficult to get a Spyderco for $50. Most of them are now in the $60s, $70s, and $80. So if you want to get something like the Spyderco Delica, you're going to spend about the same amount of money as this. So what do you get, you know, Delica versus this? You know, you do get a little bit bigger of a knife and all that, but, you know, if you are a fan of the Spyderco VG10, you're going to be a fan of this style of knife as well. So, yeah, I've been super pleased with this. It carries so well in the pocket, guys. That's one of the things I really appreciate, and what I like out of an EDC knife. I actually like two kinds of blades I like, which are these long, thin in width and thin like that. These longer, thinner blade lengths. You know, that 3.5 inch, but with a nice thin blade and a nice thin stock. You know, I like that, and I also like Wharncliffe. I'm like, Wharncliffe. Like, I'm really about the Wharncliffes right now. So this is something I do like. It's not too thick. It's very thin. It hides in the pocket well. I carry a lot of stuff in my pocket, and this hides in the pocket well. It doesn't interfere with things. It's deep enough where if I reach in and reach past it, I'm not pulling it out, you know, because it does just have enough, you know, it just stays out of the way, guys. That's the best way to say it. When you're reaching into your pockets, you're digging in there. Short knives can sometimes pop out. They catch on my ring or something like that, and they pop out. I haven't had that issue because it is a longer, thinner style, you know. I haven't used the lanyard yet, but yeah. So it's good weight, 3.5 ounces, you know. It's a little on the heavy compared to like a Spyderco Delica, obviously, but compared to a lot of other knives on the market that are really overbuilt, this is a good weight. So I mean, I think this is an absolute home run as far as size, shape, ergonomics, price, materials, and you know how good the quality control is. I think it's very difficult to find something better than this for less. I really think the only thing on the market you're going to find at a better price that's better than this is maybe like the Ontario Rat in D2, you know, the Esee Avispa, you know, in D2, you know, some of the D2 knives that are out there that are really inexpensive. You know, I think a close second to these are the Real Steel knives, which are another one that are really underrated because they use that Sandvik steel that takes that really nice, super sharp, fine edge to it as well. And they're also super smooth like this thing is. So a lot going for this bad boy, guys. I really think if you're looking for a decent EDC knife, something to add to the collection, this is one I would highly recommend to people. Without a shadow of a doubt. There's too many people who've reviewed these. Nobody's had any issues with quality control yet. They really seem to be coming out and doing very, very well with these. And it's just, you know, the lockup is terrific. It's just a rock solid lockup. Everything is just, oh, so good. So happy. You know, and I got this for $26, which is just an amazing price. And I'm just super, super thrilled that I was able to get this at such a good price and be able to bring this to you guys, because I am just thrilled to be able to carry this guy.